remember when my daughter was little, watching her play with her younger sister. And I remember really thinking to myself, like, oh, I'm not even going to use the B word in my head. I'm going to say to myself, she has leadership potential. Look at that. She has.
I didn't know which B word you meant. So, okay, gotcha.
She has so much leadership potential. The one that rhymes with mossy for people
Yes,
who
yes.
haven't figured out. You know what? And she became an Eagle Scout. It was
Mm.
like, it really was. It really, I think, I think that sort of like shifting my perspective helped enormously. I mean, I'm not going to take credit for her Eagle Scoutness, but I know that when she's dogged and wants something done, it will get done, and
Dogged, that's a
that's,
great word for it. I dragged my child because she would have these, I took her to a play therapist because she would have these moments in preschool where she would eviscerate someone with her vocabulary. Like, oh, I don't like when you stand close to me because your breath is stinking. And like, these were little 4-year-olds that are like, what, mommy? And she just had a way of cutting someone down to size if she didn't feel like sharing. And to me, in the state I was in back then, I was beginning to write a narrative of like, this might be a bad seed. I might have a sociopath on my hands. Like I really took it to the extreme and ended up taking her to therapy. And she went once, she went twice, and then they said, can you come back without her? And I thought, oh yeah, you want to tell me what we're dealing with here, and we'll get a game plan to get this psychopath, on some kind of straight and narrow path. And I went back, and then 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 I went back. And I went for 2 years to that therapist, and my daughter never went again. She was just a strong willed kid with a great vocabulary that surpassed her peers. She is now such a kind and adept people person. And she is the first of her peers to talk to other adults. She was the first to get a job. She got student of the month during COVID because she actually put her camera on and wanted to talk to people. So with great extroversion or intelligence comes a lot of failing forward. And so we
like
have to
mistakes
not,
are going to happen, I guess,
yes,
if you're calling.
especially, yeah, most spicy ones are experiential learners. You can say, "Oh, this is how you make a friend," or "This is what I learned about baking a cake," and they're like, "Out of my way, I'm going to try it myself." And we can't catastrophize that and make that so personal and she doesn't listen to me. No, this is just the breed of stallion that you were given. It needs to run and crash through a fence to be like, oh, you know what? It's actually not a good idea to run through a fence. And it's going to be really hard to have a window on that. And you're going to be wincing sometimes, but you have to separate your sense of self and how good a mom you are from their behavior and results, and know that what you have control over is the atmosphere between the two of you, between you and your maker, and inside of you. That's what you have control over. You can have, obviously you have rules and limits. I'm not a permissive parent, but there is so much that I say, you know what? I'm going to let that go, especially a lot of attitude, because this is an emotional person that bursts out, and I'm the same way. And then it's gone and they're fine. And they only do it with their beloveds. You should interview my husband next. She's amazing. I'm amazing. My mother was amazing, but we've all had different levels of support as we've grown up. And it's really interesting to see what we've each been able to accomplish. Each generation gets better once we become more conscious of what our role is and what it isn't as a parent.